Okay, individually we are.
I'm Eric.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Tracy.
And back there is Lindsay. She's taking the evening to sit and hang out and watch, so.
Just enjoy yourself.
You just enjoy your pizza and wine.
You got me with a mouthful of pizza.
That's, we catch that all the time. I don't know what that means. But we are Big Canvas. We are a nonprofit organization that believes in comedy for everyone. So thank you guys for being a part of everyone.
Applaud your existence.
We are an improv group who does short form and long form improv. But tonight you get to see short form improv. So how many people have seen an improv show before? All right.
Raise your hand either way.
How many people have seen Whose Line Is It Anyway before? All right, if you didn't raise your hand for short form or any kind of long form or improv, you've just seen it by watching Whose Line. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying right now. So,
neither do we.
Neither do we. We brought some guests with us to come up on stage. This is our very special, well, two reasons it's very special tonight. One being, it's Valentine's Day. Well, it was. Ish. It's close enough, so we're going to play a crazy little game called Love. We brought stickers with us. We brought Valentine's cards for people to suggest, so they say lovely little sayings from our improvisers. So you'll get a sticker and a Valentine's card for just participating. Thank you for the
No, thank you for your round of indifference. That was awesome.
So, we did not come alone. We brought a crew of people. Please let us introduce some of our friendly little student players and our friendly little helpers along the way. Jimmy's not little either. So, anyway, we'll just start all the way from Lincoln, Nebraska. Give it up for Jimmy Putnam. Guillermo Rosas.
You know that we basically can't do anything without your help. So I know a lot of you have food in your mouths right now, so we're going to get prepared to yell at us. On the count of 3, I want you guys to yell at me a girl's name. Okay? 1, 2, 3.
Melissa!
I heard and then Melissa on like a slight delay.
Those are the smart Alex in the back.
And the ones in the back that couldn't come here early enough to get a seat. Anyway, so basically what happens is we're going to try to go off of the first thing that we hear clearly. So if we're still looking like we're needing to listen to something, just keep repeating it to us. If we say something, that means we've got it, so you can stop yelling at us, and then we'll move on to the next thing. So we'll be asking for these throughout the whole night. So if we don't get you the first time, please be persistent. All right? Cool. So let's go on.
Excellent. We are going to start off with the greatest love story ever told. Yes, we're adapting this stuff, I can't even say the right words. We're adapting this stuff into Valentine's Day. So if we can get our improvisers all to step up here, we're going to give them some little fun stuff that we can add to this. So for Melody, what we need is a magazine that she can be working for.
Oh,
I don't even know if that still exists, but Time magazine. Now,
Time always exists.
Time exists. Oh, that's true.
Time is eternal.
Yes. All right. And now for Michelle, give us not the first person, famous person you think of, but like the 4th or the 5th.
Taylor Swift.
I think either of them would be awesome.
So let's just go on a regular again. Sly Stallone. She will go with Sly Stallone. Now, for Guillermo, I need a I need a television channel that you love to watch. Hallmark is what I heard. Hallmark. Hallmark. Okay? For Tracy, I need... We'll go back to a magazine. Give us a magazine. Cosmo. There was like 9 people that said Cosmo. So I think we're doing Cosmo. For Jimmy, I need some sort of sporting event. Alright. And for Eric, I need also not the first famous person you think of. Burt Reynolds! Burt Reynolds! Burt Reynolds! That's like the 60th famous person you can think of. So that's good. Now, what's going to happen is they're going to tell us a story in their character or their magazine or whatever. I'm going to point at them when I want them to talk. Now, we need a title for this story to be about. Just make one up. The space between us. Now, that's actually real, so let's add something to it. Let's add some sort of object to it. Toothpaste. Spells. The toothpicks between us.
Toothpicks between us.
Yes, the toothpicks between us. So I am going to kneel down here the best I can and start the greatest love story ever told, the toothpicks between us.
It was the night before Christmas, and nobody was home except for Bobby, who had returned from his deployment in Canada. Bobby brought with him some freshly made toothpicks. I tried.
And freshly made toothpicks, of course, are the #1 choice for any kind of gathering you want to have with friends or loved ones. You want to have plenty of toothpicks on hand because that special someone you love may need to remove some excess meat from their teeth.
You know, you're there with your buddy, and you're sitting in your 4-wheeler, or 18-wheeler, I don't know. They just told me that it's the thing that gets drug in front. You know, we just had crazy times then, you know, and you see the lady and you figure out what she's doing in her life, and you just kind of get there.
This just in, there was a recall on toothpicks. Very dangerous, just some information for you. Bobby, by a man by the name of Bobby, was using one while he was on his ATV on Valentine's Day.
You're singing to a Bobby. You gotta take it easy with the toothpicks. You can't get too many. I told Adrian too, and she stopped.
Of course, Bobby's plan was to propose to Adrian at halftime of a lacrosse game, which I'm very sure takes place on a field and has stick net things.
Bobby was a lacrosse hero, high school lacrosse hero. And you remember his good old days playing lacrosse on Friday nights for the cheerleaders.
And boy, the cheerleaders go crazy. We see lacrosse as the hot new proposal location. Nothing more romantic than a lacrosse game.
We're not the same people.
That's right, because lacrosse is surprising. It's so romantic. So I said, Bobby, you gotta do something special. Take these toothpicks and build, like, a structure that she can stand on where she's on a pedestal. That's what you gotta make clear.
So as she's standing on the pedestal, you write out with toothpicks, "Marry me, Shonda." Never, her name's Shonda. I was very in love with her, and so he started working on the structure.
Yeah, it was a model of bearskin rug. Laid out on underwear, chest appropriately shaved. Then Don DeLuise came in and just wrecked everything.
This lacrosse game was, of course, shirts and skins. Thus the underwear. Bobby and Shonda Adrian, whatever she felt like calling herself at the moment, were wed at the conclusion of the game.
And nobody smelled any better than those who had rubbed all of our sample packets all over their sweaty, lacrosse-stricken bodies.
A little known fact was the sweat packets were actually an attractant for garden gnomes, and so there was an attack of garden gnomes later that evening.
Yeah, those gnomes are pretty crazy, but then they calls down, and they're like, oh, this is nice, let's help out, let's make this proposal so special.
So Bobby opened up Time magazine for some last-minute advice, and he was reading the statistics on whether or not marriage would end in divorce.
Which, of course, statistically, they do. But no problem, because divorce is in this year, and your horoscope says you're doomed to loneliness.
Not so lonely though, because you know you're gonna do a cross-continental race with your friends called the Cannonball Run.
Because everybody does a cannonball run when they're after the woman they love.
Score!
Yes, cannonball run.
The end.
Now you know everything there is to know about toothpicks and loves.
So they're just that simple.
This next game is a game called Three-Headed Interview. This is a game for Michelle, Guillermo, and Melanie. Now, you guys are in luck tonight because, you see, we have with us one of the foremost experts in the thing that you're most dying to know about tonight. And they're not just expert, they're a three-headed expert, which means that they can only speak one word at a time. But they have all the knowledge you could possibly need. What I need to know is, what are they an expert on?
Bananas.
Jail.
Oh, I heard bananas in the back there. I believe there's a wealth of information we need to be gained from bananas, and thankfully we have a banana expert here on stage with us. Please, would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name.
Hello.
My
Name,
Is
Professor
Horatio.
Banana Head.
Thank you so much, Professor Horatio Banana Head, for being here with us tonight. Now, I understand that fates allow you are an expert in bananas. I mean, I guess I'll just start by asking, were you drawn to bananas because of your name, or was it a coincidence?
Yes.
I
Was
Drawn
to
bananas.
because I
Have
this
in
I
last
name
which
has
so
many
things that
are
related
to
bananas.
So many things, or just the word banana. That's wonderful, Horatio, Dr. Banana Head. I guess right now I want to throw it to our audience. Any questions about bananas? Anyone have a question about bananas? There's someone in the back there. Yes, ma'am.
Why do bananas wear pajamas and march down the stairs?
The question that's plagued the ages: why do bananas wear pajamas? Pajamas, boy. And run down the stairs. Why do they wear pajamas and run down the stairs?
well
it
Is
because
of
the
flannel
material
that
is
soft
and
comfortable.
but
it
Sometimes
occasionally
itches.
When you're wearing comfortable but itchy flannel pajama wear, you are compelled to run down the stairs. Be you plant, animal, or... another question about bananas. Yes, you.
What exactly is a banana phone?
What exactly is a banana phone?
a
telephone
Of
bananas
with
dials.
on
top
Of
it
and
a
receiver
with
speakers.
on
the
Bottom.
I believe that answered your question. Another, yes, in the back.
Why are bananas yellow?
Why are bananas yellow? That's a great question.
Yes, that
Is
true. Bananas
are,
indeed yellow.
however,
Sometimes they
are
green only.
sadder.
That's right. So that's why you never eat a green banana. It's too sad. One more question about bananas. Yes, sir.
Why are they used for scale?
Why are bananas used for scale?
Well, that's a fantastic question. They are
Used
for scale.
because
They
to
be
biggest
fruit that
was
around. So
that's
why?
And then the watermelon was discovered. Great, wonderful, so good to have you, Dr. Horatio, and thank you for being here. Before we say goodbye, do you have any parting words for our audience?
Please
lot
it with
a
banana padlock.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have the next game called Emotional Replay. This is a game for Tracy, Doug, and Michelle. Now, I'm going to be asking for a couple of suggestions a little bit later about this. So, what I need for these three fine people is give me an everyday outdoor activity that you do with your family. Mowing the lawn is what I heard a distance there. So mowing the lawn. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a 1-minute scene, which I'll get a timer on that quickly. We'll do a 1-minute scene on mowing the lawn. All right. So with that in mind, here. Hold on. Always wanting me to start things. All right, ready and go.
It's hot out today.
It is, and I gotta mow again. Feels like we're mowing every other day.
Steve, ask you, you're my older brother.
I know. And Mom needs to find a husband quick, so I don't have to do this.
Hey, I hear a lot of judgment going on and not a lot of, mowing, all right?
Mom, we're getting to it.
Yeah, I'm mowing again, Mom. You need to date somebody quick.
I'm helping Steve. I got the weed whacker.
Yeah, that does a lot of help.
I don't need anyone, Steve, okay? I have my beautiful children that I love and my soon-to-be well-kept lawn.
And your scotch, I see.
Hey, it's 9 o'clock. It's okay. She can drink it.
Yeah.
Sun just came up.
Yeah.
All right.
It's none of your business what I want to cool down with on this blazing hot February day, all right?
All right, I'll stop it right there. So I think that was a good scene. You can give him a round of applause for that. But I think it needs something. Okay, so from this side of the room, give me a emotion.
Apoplectic.
Jeez. Yeah, I'll go with that. Doug, you're apoplectic. I don't know how to spell it yet. I know you can figure it out. Now, from the center section of the room, while Doug's figuring out what apoplectic means, can we get another emotion?
Jealous.
Beautiful. Tracy, you're jealous. Okay. And I don't know why I like your suggestion too, so we'll go with you are perplexed. Michelle. So they're going to do that same scene now with those emotions. So apoplectic, jealous, and perplexed. All right, and go.
Oh my god, it's really hot outside. It's February, and I think global warming might be real. We have to mow the lawn.
Right.
Steve.
I'm mowing it again, I think. And I'm gonna cut off my leg if I'm not careful.
Steve, you can't do that. We cannot afford health insurance bill because we don't have any.
Mom needs to find a husband.
I know she
think.
does.
I think she does.
You know, I hear
She does.
Oh, I can't put that in my mouth. That's the cap.
No, please don't do that. There's a label on it.
I hear a lot of talking. And I wish I could be a part of it, but there isn't a lot of mowing going on. And
Mom, we're working on it, okay? We're gonna make this lawn look great. You know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just do it. I mean, how great? Like as great as me, or?
nothing compares to you. We love you so much more than Dad. That's why we encourage you to get a
Oh,
divorce.
your dad. He's happier now without me.
Maybe he's not.
I wish I was that happy without me.
Just keep doing it.
Enjoy your scotch, Mom. Yeah. Is it scotch or bourbon? It's gasoline, Mom. What are you doing?
Oh, wait, no.
I saw someone put it in their car and I wanted it.
Okay, here's a bottle of scotch. I'm only 14, but it's okay.
Oh, I wish I was 14. You're so young and you have your whole life ahead of you.
Mommy,
And the lawn to mow, be mowing it.
yes, Mom, anything you say. I got the weed whacker, Steve. Come on,
That
come
really
on.
helps, I think.
Yes, it does. It
Mom, we
does.
need a robot. Forward.
All right, we'll end the scene there. We'll end the scene there. So now I still don't know what apoplectic means.
Neither is done.
That's all right. That's okay. I'll Google it tomorrow. So we're close, but we're not quite close. From this side, since I kind of ignored you, give me an occupation.
Police.
Police. Awesome. I want you to do this all, but you used to be police officers. You can't quite get that happen.
Okay.
So the entire scene, but you're all police officers. All right, and go.
Mowers, Dad, I can't mow!
Can you call for backup? Backup!
That was me. I was shooting. Shots aren't fired, but I shot.
Well, that's right.
Mom, you need to get out here now.
Come on, outside. Put your hands up.
I hear a lot of shouting and not a lot of mowing.
You heard a lot of shooting,
You
too.
did.
I did. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. And we're not gonna know where that bottom is until the grass is a clean, even level.
All right, all right, all right.
Mom, you need to find somebody or I'm going to shoot you in the leg.
You do.
You know, the whole reason I joined the force was to find my long-lost husband. He's out there somewhere, and I'm not gonna rest until he's found.
He is. We got a 1017 to find him. 1017.
When he gets back here, I want him to see a freshly shorn lawn. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to shoot it down.
So am I.
This could take all week, Mom.
I got
Enjoy
my
your
baton. I
scotch.
got 2 batons.
That was impressive.
Okay, that frees us So apparently all cops do are shoot things and whack. Okay. From this group back here, because I feel like we ignore you guys a lot. Give me an animal. Vulture. Beautiful. I want you to do this scene, but you're all vultures. All right, and go.
There's a dead rabbit in the lawn. My dibs.
I got this hedgehog.
Mom, you going to watch over us?
Yeah, come on. I'm free now.
I hear a lot of calling and not a lot of mowing.
Mom, you love it when the grass gets tall. A lot of animals die in the grass.
Yeah. Like that dog over there.
There's a dog.
He's mine!
No! Great, I gave up the rabbit. I gotta find a snake now. Mom, you need to find a husband so we can have a nest of our own.
Yeah, we need it.
Oh, I found him, and then I circled his carcass until I felt like it was a good time to land. Hold on, I'm thirsty again.
Lots of sustenance over here on this tree.
It should bloom earlier this year
It's a
because
little stiff. It's rough.
Here, I'll help you.
yeah.
show that I know what this is. It's okay. It's a dating app. But anyway, what it is we're going to have all of our lovely improvisers come up, and we're going to find, can you do, everybody do this? If you can do this and you don't have a ring on your finger, you're obviously a single lady. All the single ladies.
All the single ladies.
Because Beyonce said it was so. Okay, anyway, that's enough of that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come out to you. We're going to ask you what your favorite, what you look for in a relationship, somebody that you would like to date. And these lovely improvisers will give you a reenactment or a character of some sort that matches your date. Now, if you like them, you're going to give them a thumbs up, and that means we're moving on to somebody else. If you don't like them, we're going to give them a thumbs down until we're going to basically swipe right until we find somebody else, okay? So, who would like to be our first victim? I mean, lovely, I know you, you're 13, I'm not doing that. Who would like to be our first dater? And it's okay, if you're in a relationship, don't worry, you don't have to take any of these people home. We got one way back there, I'm going way back. All right, stay there, I'm coming back to you. All right, what do you look for in a relationship?
Gentle and clever.
Gentle and clever. Okay.
What else?
What else? Is there any characteristics or quirks that you would love to have?
Understated, but is into bursting into song.
Oh, understated and willing to burst into song.
Okay, anything physical?
Anything physical?
Tall or short.
Tall or short. So really, just anyone. That's what we're looking for.
Someone with a pulse.
Someone with a pulse. Or not. All right, so we're going to watch.
I've come to the wizard for some courage!
Nah, not down. Next.
Is that a quarter behind your ear?
No!
Oh, come on. I'm dating that lady.
I'm just a little orphan looking for Daddy Warbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a winner! All right. It's just that easy. Who would like to play next? Who would like to find another relationship? We've got one down there. All right.
Everyone got to run all the way from the back to the front, the front, back.
Oh, that's a good idea. All right, I'll go back to him. All right, so, what do you look for? Rich and nearly dead. Wow. Okay. Rich and nearly dead. Any characteristics or any? Well, I guess Jimmy's all ready to go. He's ready to do whatever questions all we need.
Since I've become president of the United States, it's only a number of days before the
Rich, you're not rich.
Next.
Hello, folks. This is J. Howard Marshall, and somehow I am Jana Nicole Smith.
No, okay.
I spent 12 years in the NFL, and I've got really bad CTE, so any day now I think it's going to be the big one. Football players die young.
Deep? No, we're gone. Next one. Oh, God.
He's working on it.
Stay strong.
Hi. You have the prettiest eyes I've ever. You have the prettiest eyes.
We have a winner. We have a winner. All right.
I didn't know that was cool.
You even held the power out. That was there it goes again. All right, who would like to go next? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, right here. All right. What do you look for in a man / woman / whatever? Geeky and greedy? Geeky and greedy. Geeky and greedy.
Hi, my name is Mark Zuckerberg.
No.
Hey there, true believers, Excelsior! My name's Stanley, and my name is on movies of characters I didn't even create, but I get money for them.
Oh, Stan is on! At 137 years old, Stan is moving on. like to go?
She wants to, but she's nervous.
Oh, good. Be nervous. We love it. Come on. What do you look for? What do you look for in a man? Somebody that doesn't throw you under the bus?
Somebody very nice and passionate and caring.
Nice, passionate, and caring. Not like this guy in the front.
Anything physical?
Anything physical?
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
So tall, dark, handsome, caring, compassionate.
She's reading from a greeting card or looking at a pen.
And the other half of this amulet. Okay.
Any funny, like, walk or talk, look or something? Does he have a limp or, I don't know, speech impediment?
Yes, speech
A speech impediment!
Love you, Melanie!
You look so beautiful tonight. I'm gonna hold the door open for you, and I'm gonna paint your picture of you and cook you dinner. You are so pretty, Rachel.
Keep or get rid of?
Come on, Rachel.
Yay! All right, there we go. That's a game called Swipe Right.
So now we are going to watch a game called First Dates. With that, I know Doug asked how many single people do we have. Do we have any couples here with us tonight? Okay, statistically, there's at least one or two couples. Okay, people pointing at each other. We have couples. How many of you have been couples for less than a year? By a show of hands. I see some people pointing at other people in the back. They're shaking their heads. Absolutely not. We are not coming up. This will not be a bad game for you guys. We're just simply going to ask you to answer a couple of questions. That's all. So you guys are pointing. How long have you two been together? Long time. Do you remember your first date at all? Yes. Or at least teach it. You know what? I think that's enough. I'll let you guys come on up here real quick. Let's go ahead and grab a bench real quick. So let you guys have a seat. I don't want to embarrass you too much. So go ahead and have a seat. So we're going to ask you some questions, obviously. First off, can I have your names? Danny and Jason. Give Danny and Jason a round of applause. So you guys remember your first date. Where was it? Spaghetti Works. The one downtown, I think? Yes and no. You already got a first fight. It was not. Okay, but it was a Spaghetti Works.
The one in Austin?
Okay.
Oh, it is.
Okay. Awesome. Where did you guys first meet? Okay. You worked for the same company, but you didn't work together. What company was that? Nice. Westside Early Childhood Center. Okay. So you guys met there. You weren't working together, but you met there. And you two kind of saw each other, and sparks flew, I assume. Immediately. Good answer.
That's right.
So now I'm gonna make you have to follow up. What was it about her that made sparks fly immediately? Just everything? Again, good answer.
I'm not buying it.
He had wolfman hair? Yes. I think we can all agree, tie-dye tank top with wolfman hair. Oh yeah. And in the 80s. Awesome. So of course you guys went on this date, you went to Spaghetti Works. Did you go anywhere after that? You don't think so? So you guys just said bye to each other at Spaghetti Works? Did you guys go to any, I'm assuming there were second and third dates. Is there anything that stands out about those dates for you? You went to a comedy show. That's a horrible idea. No. So what are you talking about? This one right here? Or Funny Bone?
Yes.
The Funny Bone. So they went to a stand-up, comedy place, the Funny Bone. And I guess, is there anything you guys are looking for?
I mean, I have a question.
Sure.
Did he pick you up? Did you meet there? Like at Spaghetti Works?
He picked me up in his Ford Fiesta.
As a man who drives used to drive a Geo Metro, I'm jealous of the Ford Festiva. So, yes. Nice. Anything?
I think I got a lot to go with.
Cool. So, another round of applause for these guys. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give one of you this horn, and I'm giving the other person the bell. Fantastic, so we know that they work. So what's going to end up happening is Doug and Melanie are going to essentially reenact your first date. If they are on the right track and you want them to keep going on that right track, we're going to want you to honk that horn. So try that real quick just so everybody can hear it again. So that'll be that. And if for some reason they are off the course or incorrect and you want them to correct themselves, we want you to ring that bell. Just like that. So one of you is in control of one and one of you is in control of the other. Everybody else will kind of serve as like walk-ons and the other people in the scene as it needs. But we're going to go ahead and reenact the first day.
Welcome to West Side! You here to pick up a kid? Or are you just here to develop? You know, I'm sensing fireworks right now. Yes. And you know, Danny, right? That's your name, right, Danny? That's right.
Danny.
Sorry, I put my comb in my other hand.
Jason.
No. I don't need a comb. This thing just flies.
I love your hair.
Someday I'm going to look like Scott Ian without the hair. That's the lead bassist from Anthrax, if anybody really cares.
I'm like super into this tie-dye shirt.
You like that? Tank top,
Hot.
shorts,
Jorts.
tie-dye pants, Zuwas. I'm not wearing pants whatsoever. What we do here at West Side Child Development.
I think the Lost and Found might have an extra pair.
No, that's all right. They don't want me walking around. I got a Festiva.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a hatchback.
There's a hatchback.
Here's a hatchback. You want to go to Spaghetti Works?
I love Spaghetti Works.
Cut to Spaghetti Works.
This doesn't look like the old market.
No, you're in Ralston.
Oh, Ralston!
Yeah.
Well, that's close to West Side.
All right, so my name's Dave. I'll be your waiter. I'll be back in 15 minutes, and you can figure out what you want to eat then.
It's, you know, you can eat it.
I heard that it's like bottomless pasta here. It's really.
Why would they?
I heard that it's one time and you can't eat anymore because you normally have to go to the bathroom.
Sorry, I don't want to load up on salad. I'll be fine.
Excuse me, sir, we don't allow tie-dye tank tops. We're gonna have to ask you for this jacket.
Oh, jacket on. I was just going to take the shirt off, but if you want me to put it down.
We encourage the jacket. Thank you.
No, I don't want the jacket. I'm going to take the shirt off. Here you go. Now I'm just naked sitting here, so. Yeah.
Oh, hi. Hello. Hi.
It's the hair.
Okay. What do you guys want to drink?
We're going to need another 15 minutes.
Your world.
Hey, it's my hatchback. We're getting in it. See?
Is there a blanket in the back?
Yes, but you know what we should do? We should go to the Funny Bone after this. Years after this. We should go to the Funny Bone. I'm just trying to get to that innuendo of bone. We should
I love laughing and I also love bones.
So, you guys want anything to drink?
Maybe some water to cool down? Nothing at all. We're just going to sit here and take up space at Ralston.
Whatever I get paid to sing.
So, I was thinking of maybe getting naked pasta.
Oh,
There's nothing on it, and
I like that idea. I'm going to get the beer
not a lot
batter.
of garlic or
Pasta.
anything.
Yeah, the beer batter's the best. I can just rub it. Sorry, I spilled a little.
Okay, since it's taking you guys so long to get drinks, I need your food orders now. So, what's up?
Oh, well, we got these off the bar. We'll just order the bar.
We'll have 2 hot nakeds. That's a real thing I'm gonna do.
Yeah, no, I'm aware. I work here. 2 hot nakeds!
So do you use any astringent or anything special in this?
I do. Someday it's going to fall out.
We'll end it there! We'll end it there! Cheers. We're going to move on to our next game.
Our next game is a game called Subconscious. And Valentine's for you. Thanks for participating. Subconscious, I need Guillermo, Michelle, Eric, and Jimmy. Now, the way this game is going to work, you're going to see a scene between, we've got Guillermo and Michelle. Are going to be the normal scene, having a conversation. But what you're going to get today is something we rarely get to do, is see what exactly is going on inside their heads. We all know that sometimes the thing we say out loud isn't actually what we feel and think inside. So in the game Subconscious, we're going to be able to both see what they're saying to us and what's really going on inside their heads. With Eric playing Michelle's Subconscious and Jimmy playing Guillermo's Subconscious. So to get them started, what I need is, can I have just a relationship, any kind of relationship for Guillermo and Michelle?
Brother and sister.
What's that?
Brother and sister.
Your brother and sister. All right, they're brother and sister. This is Subconscious.
What's wrong, brother? You're really upset about your dog dying, aren't you?
Don't think I did it, don't think I did it, don't think I did it, don't think I did it.
I know she did it, I know she did it.
Just this little tiny staring at me.
Fido was such a good boy.
Yeah, he was okay.
So fast, but those fire trucks were just faster than he was.
Especially when I backed over it twice.
I had made it to 2 little tiny dogs.
I am a genius.
This is creepy!
So beautiful. I'm gonna treasure it for the rest of my life.
Only cost me $20 each.
Wow, that's this does look like a real diamond, alright, yeah.
Where did he get $40?
Don't tell her I got the $40.
Should be. Bouncing like a real diamond.
Oh, yes, real diamonds do bounce.
Everyone knows you test the value of a thing by how much it bounces.
It also makes a mark when you bite it. Like gold.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Ow!
That's great.
Did you just get disgusted biting
No, I'm so excited.
the diamondized ashes of my dog?
No, it means so much to me.
I am really gonna wring so much emotional baggage out of this.
I also had his collar framed with a shadow box
So nice.
with an American flag.
God bless him.
He was an Irish setter!
And you see...
You know he was a veteran.
He was a great service dog. He helped so many people.
Salute! Salute the dog!
I think it might be fun to look for a new dog together. Let's go to the pet store today.
Well, I also have his last droppings.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna let you handle those.
I just thought maybe you want these bronze, like a baby's shoes.
You're right.
You're weird.
Sorry, bro.
You didn't have to touch it.
Well,
I didn't have to touch it!
anything for you, man.
Oh, well, that's yours. Shovel over here, you can play with that if you want.
I'm gonna just take this to keep it safe in this trash can.
And then cut off my hands.
I bet I can convince her to get me another dog for Christmas.
Isolate each of his front paws into, like, like a rabbit's foot.
Wow!
And this is the perfect way to do it.
So lucky.
I hit it an hour ago. Where did he have the time to do all this?
There's a guy down the street that he just does this. Takes 10 minutes.
You know, Mom recommended we don't talk to Scary Bob anymore. But that's so nice that he did this for you.
Oh, sure, just because I got a taxidermy guy.
Look, Scary Bob really likes you. As a matter of fact, he wanted me to ask if, you know,
Don't say wear my skin. Don't say wear my skin.
you'd be interested in going to him? Going with him, rather.
Not better. Not better.
Yes, I
You know,
true.
I'm in mourning too, so I don't think it's a good relationship he's having with me right
The
now.
best way to get over the loss is the data taxi goods.
Scary Bob is waiting outside.
You know, here he is.
Hey, Bob. Nice to see you. Oh, look at the time. I think I gotta go take care of our cat. He's still alive.
He made this little robe for you. You just wear it when you're home.
You're not measuring marks on it.
Pure Irish setter.
She's faking.
No, so she get a little melodramatic. I like to recycle.
Yeah, we sure go green in this house, don't we? Okay, well,
So you can put it on instead of leaving it
oh,
around.
yeah, thanks. Thanks, bro.
I'm going to kill you. Why am I wearing this setter?
We'll take this and bronze it.
I really like bronze things.
Sure.
I really like bronze things.
Oh, prom date, fantastic. So this is a game called Prom Date. For this game, we need to say hi to Tracy. And then we need to say bye to Tracy. Fantastic. So this is a guessing game. So we gotta wait for Tracy to leave the room. Believe me, she can't hear us when she's out there. So this is also going to be a game for Doug, Jimmy, and Guillermo. So basically, what this is, because it is the season of love, this is the day after prom. More specifically, it's the day after Tracy goes to prom. And she went to prom with a celebrity, but something bad happened, and she had to get back through some means of transportation. You guys are going to suggest all three of those to us, and it's going to be on Guillermo, Doug, and Jimmy to get Tracy to guess it, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and first, from this section of the room, can we get, again, not your first or second, celebrity, not like Donald Trump or Justin Bieber or something like that, but can we get, waiting for the door to close, can we get a celebrity from you guys?
Meatloaf.
I approve that. Meatloaf. So Tracy went to prom with Meatloaf. Lucky, yeah. But something bad happened. So I want something bad to happen that isn't related to Meatloaf from this middle section. Got a paper cut. I think that works.
That's good.
You got a paper cut. That'll ruin anyone's day. And then, again, waiting for the door to shut. There we go. And then what I need from this third section here is give me, again, an unusual mode of transportation that's not related to meatloaf or getting a paper cut.
Yoshi!
Unicycle.
I think as much as I like DeLorean, I think the unicycles have it. So we had a group say unicycle. So to remind you, she took a prong of meatloaf. She got a paper cut, and she made it back home on a unicycle. All right. So where you guys now come into play while she's playing this game is you need to let her know that she's close enough. So if she's close, so like let's say she knows it's a singer, right? What you would do is give her like a little polite golf clap. So let's all try that real quick. Right there. Something different than silence, but not necessarily a huge amount. Let's say she says part of the name. For some reason she gets meat, but doesn't get loaf. What you would do then is give her a little louder applause. So a little bit louder. So now let's say she gets it exactly right and says meatloaf. I want you guys to give the loudest applause you possibly can. Let's try that. So you'll be doing that 3 times, and trust me, you have no idea how good that sounds to the person guessing. So you need to go ahead and bring Tracy back in. So on the count of 3, say, "Come back, Tracy." 1, 2, 3.
Come back, Tracy.
Come on back. And this is first date.
Honey, your father would like to speak with you.
You went tearing out of here last night like a bat out of hell.
Yeah, Dad, I was just really excited about my date. Sorry, like, acted a little wild.
You did on that motorcycle. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, I've never ridden on a motorcycle before.
Well, evidently last night was the first.
Yeah. It's just, my date, he's just so cool.
He was the coolest thing since one unsliced unit of bread.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
1
Yeah. I mean, I thought you guys might be kind of weirded out because he's a little bit of an older guy.
Older? He's like your dad.
Oh, no, well,
But he's cute.
he's totally cute. Oh my gosh, yeah.
He's rounded in all the right places.
Oh yeah, he is. I wasn't initially like a big fan of his work. I felt really embarrassed. I didn't know a lot about it. But I have seen a couple movies he was in.
Just a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was especially worried when you took off after him like a bat out of hell too.
Wow, yeah.
I thought it was going to be a horror show. A complete horror show.
A gravelly horror show.
Well, maybe a Stallone-ish horror show.
Yeah.
Going deep there with the rockets. It didn't fly. Okay, I'll move on.
I thought I knew, but
You should know Eddie. Eddie the motorcycle rider.
yeah.
He died in rock. Never mind.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes. Really deep cut there.
Your date was in the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
He sure was. That's definitely one of the 2 things I probably know him from.
The important thing is that we've always known that you would do anything for love.
Yeah.
I sure would.
But don't do that.
No.
No. I wouldn't.
Whoa.
Oh, careful there.
It's your little brother. He needs to calm down.
Oh,
That's later. Get the first one.
We'll get to that.
the other thing
Take your Ritalin!
the other thing I would never do for love is participate in a fight club. So I was really excited to go on a date with Meatloaf. I expected to see a walking
Swayze's movie, but I didn't go quite that far.
I'm glad you didn't.
Your father was so worried he's been drinking whiskey all night.
I'm gonna start seeing black dogs here in a minute.
Well, speaking of hallucinating wildlife, something very strange happened to us at prom, and I have to tell you guys about it.
You met Day Cuvier.
That would have been a wonderful thing if it had happened at prom.
Honey, we heard what happened, and it sounds so annoying.
It was super obnoxious.
Just a nagging, frustrating thing that lasts way longer than you think it should.
And Neosporin just only aggravates it
Doesn't
more.
help, doesn't help.
Yeah, I know. There was a terrible outbreak at the prom, you know.
Oh, I'm sure.
I feel like everybody got it. I don't know if it was transmitted by
They must have been passing Valentines to each other.
And just reaching out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just haphazardly reaching into a bowl of folded Valentine's Day.
It's one of the ones that get under the nails that really hurt.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Oh my gosh, it was just so unfortunate. Like some kind of torture device, you know, just 1,000 paper cuts.
Where'd your little brother went rolling down?
Oh, Stevie, where are you?
That fell. I was just laying here.
It's a good thing.
I hope he's okay. I'm surprised I'm okay because, you know, Meatloaf's motorcycle broke down, so we had to find a completely unusual mode of transportation.
No, you did.
Yeah, we found it laying in the living room.
Yes, along with Meatloaf.
Right next to the clown nose and funny wig.
I was thinking of ditching the clown nose and funny wig, and but just keeping it, and it just being part of my new aesthetic since I'm in Benson. You know, I can just ride one of these around all the time, and it'll totally just fit in.
You'll blend in.
Yeah.
It seems like it takes a lot of practice.
Yes.
It really did.
It seems like you go forward a lot and then backwards a little bit, and forward a lot and backwards a little bit.
Also, turns out, not a two-person vehicle. So I really had to kind of like stack on top of a.
It must have been really awkward balanced on top of a paper-sliced meatloaf.
It was, but one of his many talents is he's a beautiful unicyclist.
Can you just remind us what you did?
Oh, I'll never forget the night I went to prom with Meatloaf, and we got all those paper cuts, and then had to come home on a unicycle.
Yeah!
Sometimes it's just that simple, folks.
I guess it's me. All right, we're going to play the game called Worst Case Scenario. So, I didn't look at the sheet and close it perfectly. I guess it's you three. All right, so what's going to happen is things happen in life, and things go from bad to worse. Now, in this game, we don't want to go right to the extreme nuclear, or as Trump says, nuclear. But we want to work our way there. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start an everyday scene, and then in a few minutes, what's going to happen is I'm going to come out to you guys and say what could possibly go wrong or what's the worst that could happen. And then you guys give us scenarios that we can stick these three people into their scene. So, what we need is a place where three people might gather.
Geriatric wing.
What?
Geriatric wing.
Geriatric wing.
Geriatric wing.
It's going to be upbeat.
Yeah, this one's going to move. So this is what could possibly go wrong. Be ready. I'm going to come out to you guys here in just a little bit. Here it is in the geriatric wing.
All right. Mr. Simpson, how are we doing?
Where's my soup? I ordered soup!
You already ate it like an hour ago.
Miss Hamilton is right, Mr. Simpson. You did have your soup an hour ago.
I actually ate it. So you might be hungry.
Now, don't get angry, Mr. Stop throwing things, Mr. Simpson.
She's a person.
No, she isn't, Mr.
There's
Simpson.
something wrong with her.
Miss Hamilton takes things, that's why we add additional things to your pockets.
Freeze! All right, so we know that Miss Hamilton ate his soup, and now he's got extra stuff in his pocket. What could go wrong?
Diarrhea!
What did you say?
The ice cream machine broke.
The ice cream machine broke. We're going easy. Ice cream machine broke. Go!
It's hot in here.
I understand
I
that.
want something sugary.
Miss Hamilton, where did you get that? The machine's been broken, Miss Hamilton. Where did you get that ice cream from?
The ice cream machine's broken.
Yes, Mr. Simpson, the ice cream machine's broken. That's why you got a brownie for dinner this time.
That's not gonna fix my diabetes.
Freeze! So he has diabetes, extra stuff in his pocket. Soup's been eaten. We don't know what she's eating yet. What could possibly go wrong?
Snowstorm.
What's that?
He has high blood sugar. I'm getting to that one.
Who has high blood sugar?
Which one? The diabetic old man has high blood sugar.
No, this doesn't make any sense.
You need to calm down. You need to calm down, Miss Hamilton. No, Miss Hamilton. He's having a fit, Miss Hamilton. Stop it.
This'll help you.
I'll get to it. No, that's not going to help. What'll help is an EpiPen. Hold on.
I have so much energy.
Hold on.
Freeze! So we've just jabbed the old man with an EpiPen. What could possibly go wrong? What's that?
I'd like to buy that candy from the 12-year-old.
He hit his colostomy bag.
Go! All right, now we're everywhere. Okay, no, this is why I have a backup. Hold on.
I don't have any feeling out of leg anymore.
I know you don't.
Freeze! He doesn't have any feeling in his leg. She's puking from the colostomy bag. What could possibly go wrong?
His feeling comes back.
His feeling comes back. No!
I'm sad and angry and confused. I'm feeling a weird amount of joy.
Just enjoy that feeling.
Why do you always pay attention to him?
Because he's a horrible case and you steal things.
I miss my grandchildren.
Freeze! They're all having grapefruits. What could possibly go wrong? Yes!
They have to worry about the ice cream.
They have to worry about the ice cream again. Go!
My colostomy bag spilled into the ice cream.
Freeze! The colostomy bag's filled in the ice cream. What could go wrong?
Nothing.
What? Sugar. She's eating the ice cream. Go! Freeze! She ate the tainted ice cream. What could possibly go wrong?
Like to
Earthquake! Earthquake! Go!
Okay, everybody get into a doorway. No, stop. Miss Hamilton, I think you know where the doorway is.
Well, happen.
No.
Feel the attention. He's totally faking it.
Freeze! She's getting jealous of all the attention he's gotten. What could go wrong?
Bats.
Bats! Bats! Bats!
Wait a minute. If I was going to die by vampire bat, it would be in the geriatric wing.
This next game is a game called The Bachelor, and this is a game for everyone. You're all probably familiar with the reality show The Bachelor, yes?
It doesn't matter.
Well, these are our contestants in the show. Only we're going to play it vastly different. But just like in The Bachelor, there will be a winner. And not like The Bachelor, the rose is metaphorical only. But to get them there, really what we're going to see now is we're going to see a 1-minute scene. Everyone who participates in this scene, it'll go for 1 minute. And then once that scene is complete, we're going to open it up for you guys to begin voting for who you think should be the The Bachelor. But to get them started, can I get a location that would fit on the stage?
Homeless shelter.
Homeless shelter. Alright. The scene is a homeless shelter. This is The Bachelor.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that food. I just got my nails done, you guys.
You know, it's not that bad. Ooh, a little spice, a little something in there.
Got your rations of toothpaste. You want it?
I'm just here because I got in trouble at school and working off community service hours.
Hey, any of you guys have any heroin?
I got a little bit.
Thanks, ma'am. Thank you very much.
There you go.
Thanks.
I thought maybe I'd meet some hot guys while I was here.
I'm over here. I was burned over 87% of my body.
Having a pass.
Why I'm hot.
He's a veteran, though.
Yeah?
Hey, quick question, dude. Does it hurt when I do this?
Nope.
How about this?
It's just scars now. I'm
So I could like throw a pencil up that and it would stick and it hurt.
good. Yep, I wouldn't feel a thing.
Throw some of these really
Awesome.
Confirmed.
Excuse me, you responsible for this?
Denied.
This over here?
And Steve! That was our 1-minute scene. And now, just like on The Bachelor, I'm going to be eliminating somebody. So please, by round of applause, who should be eliminated from this game? Will it be Doug?
Yeah!
Will it be Michelle? Will it be Eric? Guillermo? Melanie? Or Jimmy?
Yes! It's a battle of two small
And I feel like
That's true friendship right there.
so, Melanie, you have you are
You don't get to see her anymore. How's that? Some real friends
now
right
you're
there.
gonna see that same scene again. Only they're going to have to incorporate everything that Melanie just did
I distracted.
to keep the scene intact. So let's see that same scene again. There begin.
You sure? So I'm not gonna eat any of this food. We're gonna have to stay, and I don't like it.
All in the name of humor,
Kind
huh?
of spicy and delicious.
Apparently
Got
that's
your ration of toothpaste here.
Yours isn't funny.
I'm just here because I was serving community service hours and I got in trouble for high school.
I mean, I didn't ask for this heroin. Thanks.
I got some too.
You got some more? Sweet.
Don't worry about the hot guys that's over here.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Burned over 87% of my body. No one's gonna bring me up. I'm gonna talk about myself. Yeah, I'm a veteran.
So I got a question. If I do this, does it hurt?
Nope.
How about this?
Not at all.
Cool. So we can like throw stuff at you.
All you want.
Let's take all these donated chopsticks.
Awesome.
Excuse me, how many of you create this mess over here?
Well, I mean, I gave him my heroin.
And that's the scene. Oh, my shoulder. What a uplifting scene. We are back at it again. Now time to once again eliminate somebody. By round of applause, while we say goodbye to Jimmy. Guillermo. Eric. Michelle. Or Doug. You guys with the woo-hoo-hoos that come in at the very end, it's very confusing.
That's what we're good at.
Or Eric. Eric's have it, Eric. Let's see that scene one more time, and now they have to take up everything Eric just did.
Oh, no, you should try it too.
Got your ration of toothpaste here.
I'm just doing community service for high school.
Hey, what happened to my heroin guy? Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for hooking me up.
I got confused. I'm the hot guy over here.
Yeah.
I burned over 87% of my body.
So does it hurt when we do this?
Not at all. I'm a veteran.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. We should
Drinking expense over here.
No.
Somebody gave me some heroin.
Don't give anyone heroin, please.
Yeah.
All right, it's time once again to say goodbye. My round of applause will be done. Michelle?
People notice. Guillermo? Jimmy?
It's Jimmy. Goodbye.
Jimmy.
All right, let's do this scene again.
Thank God, I don't want to eat this stuff. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, you should try it. It's delicious and spicy.
Got your wrist. Anybody got any heroin?
Yeah, here you go.
Please, give it to the smoking guy over there.
I'm just here for high school service. Oh, man.
He's hot, isn't he?
Yes, all right.
He's a veteran. Leave him alone. I'm hot.
Oh, great, this smells over here.
It's okay. I'm right here.
Once again, it's time to say goodbye. My round of applause will be done.
Guillermo?
Michelle?
Yeah!
The yes were loud by putting more people applauding for Guillermo.
Oh!
Let's see that scene again.
I'm not gonna eat this food. I got my nails done. I don't want to be here. Oh, you should really try this soup. It's kind of spicy.
You want some toothpaste? I brought some toothpaste because I'm just here to serve community service. Oh, let me guess. You want heroin?
Yeah, please.
There you go. Over here. You want to see the hot guy? Heroin guy?
Yeah.
Girl? Hey, I'm burned over 87% of my body and I'm a veteran.
Let me just do this.
Yep. Nope, not at all. You can throw chopsticks at me.
Do that right now.
Awesome.
Hey.
What's over up with this hot mess over here?
We are down to our final two. My round of applause. Who's our winner here on The Bachelor? Is it Michelle? Or is it Doug? It's really up to you to decide who is the winner in this case, because now you're going to see Michelle do this entire scene by herself.
I really don't want to eat here or eat this food. I just got my nails done. Oh no, you should try it. It's delicious soup. It's so spicy. Toothpaste rations. Does anybody got some heroin? Hey, I'm just sitting over here. So I'm the hot guy. I'm burning 85% of my body. Also, does it hurt when we do this? Can I throw chopsticks at you? Yeah, I need more heroin because I don't know what's going on in me.
Well, in case you didn't know, if you came late to this crowded place, we are Big Canvas. You can find us on social media, any kind of social media. Big Canvas NE, which is Big Canvas, which is us. Nebraska, which is where you're at. Hopefully, if not, you need to seek help. But Big Canvas NE on Facebook, Twitter, and the web stuff. You know, that other thing.
Go to bigcanvasne.com and from there it'll take you everywhere else.
Everywhere. So, this is my favorite game because I get to host it. We need Eric, Tracy, Guillermo, and Melanie. And what we need again is, if you're Beyonce's best friend and you are a single lady, and you can do this, we need you to come up. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. Raise your hand, we'll bring you up, because this is a fun game. You don't have to think too much.
Not very fun.
You want to come on up? Yeah. We're going for the young ones. Come on up. Come on here. What is your name? Avery. And this is Avery. Everybody say hi, Avery. Hi. date. So after the show, you'll get to go out and rob Benson with one of these people. Okay? You get to take them home with you. Are you excited? Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to ask a question of them, and I want you to think of some questions you can ask, okay? Any kind of random question that you might be interested in. Have you dated before? They won't spoke up. Would you consider dating tonight after the show? Mom said this is going to be weird, so strap in. All right. I am your lovely host. Here's Avery. Everybody give it up one more time. Great. Avery we've assembled four very amazing people. And they are going to try to vie for your love. They're going, and your parents' love, obviously. And they're going to try to win a date with you. So, I'm going to start with Bachelor number one, or Bachelorette number one. Please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
My name is Lumiere, and I'm from France.
Lumiere from France. Excellent. Thanks for coming, Lumiere. Contestant number two, please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
Hey Avery, my name's George. I'm from Texas.
George from Texas. And contestant number three.
Hello, Avery. My name is Klaus, and I'm from the hinterlands.
And contestant number four.
Hi, Avery. My name is Bonzo the Clown, and I'm from the land of sunshine and happiness.
So as you can see, we've assembled four great dates for you. So we're going to start off, I'll ask an easy question, and then start thinking of something, or we may even go back to Mom and Dad and see what kind of lovely questions they have. We're the big sister, right? We may ask them too. So, contestants, if you were any kind of ice cream, you know, a flavor or a variety of ice cream, what would best describe you? Lumiere.
I think French vanilla would best describe.
French, why am I not surprised? And contestant number two.
I would say I'm probably most like bubble gum because I'm real sweet, and you know you got some candy for. I mean you got a win-win with bubble gum, right? Right, Avery?
Yes. All right. Contestant number two.
Oh, I prefer to have all of my ice creams home churned. We pour in lots of large chunks of rock salt into a vat, and we shake it up with milk and sugars. It's delicious, Avery. You should do everything yourself if you can.
And contestant number four.
Well, my flavor of ice cream would be Rocky Road, because there's a little bit of happiness, a little bit of sprinkles, and a little bit of nuts.
I think you're a little bit of nuts.
He kind of scares me a little bit.
Avery, what do you think so far? You don't have to tell us who you want to date yet. You don't, hold on to that thought. Do you have a question for our lovely contestants? Something you may want to know about them?
I thought they weren't allowed to look at us. I would have worn the get up then.
Okay, that's a good question.
Why am I
Contestant number four, why are you so crazy?
Well, because joy and happiness is a year-round occupation for me. I have low times when I'm by myself, so that's why I try to stay out in public to make sure that I'm happy all the time.
You know what? We might as well ask the rest of them. Lumiere, why are you so crazy?
I'm not crazy. I just have two flames for hands. Is that crazy?
You're in denial.
This is why universal health care is needed. We're not crazy friends.
Georgia.
It's George.
Oh, George, sorry.
I would say I'm crazy fun. I mean, we can go paint pottery together. We can make friendship bracelets. I bet you like that, don't you?
Depends on.
Contestant number three, why are you so crazy?
Oh, it's probably from a lifetime of toiling in the fields. There's no one to speak to except alpaca.
I like this one. You should be my friend.
In a brief moment of human contact, I can't process.
Dan, do you have a question for this lovely contestants that want to date your daughter?
How are they going to financially support her?
Remember that question when you get
That comes to the bone, Dad.
Contestant number three, how are you going to financially support her? Because it sounds like he's willing to give her up.
well, it's quite simple. I'll just give them this dollar bill, and oh look, here's another dollar bill, and then a pair of underwear, and a handkerchief, and another dollar bill, and another dollar bill, and a bra, and then another dollar bill, and another dollar bill. It's always funny money around me. Also, I invest very well in 401k and diversify my stocks.
And Lumiere.
Man, I have a job. I work with Boston Nice.
Did you just say your boss is always a beast? That's beautiful.
We've never been.
George!
You two, maybe.
Well, I would say you and I should open up our own business together where we could sell like ice cream and pottery that we paint and French decorations. We just play and have fun all day, eh, Priest?
Sounds like child labor to me.
Taylor, what's your sister's name? Taylor! Do you have a question for our contestants for your sister? Because you got to watch out for her.
If you could describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
I don't think these guys can describe themselves in one word. That's because of that. But we'll go down here, Lumiere. One word, what can describe you best?
Hot.
I guess they can. How about you, George?
Well, certainly fun.
Fun. All right. Contestant.
Rustic.
Taylor, you asked for it. Contestant number 4.
That's not a word.
But seriously, it would be whimsy. Whimsy.
Avery, now we've come to the time of the show where we're going to ask the audience first who they think you should date. And then I'm going to ask you who you officially want to take home with you tonight with Dad and Mom and your sister Taylor. All right, by your applause, contestant number 1, Lumiere. Yeah, why not? Woo! George! Contestant number 3. Contestant number 4! That was pretty close. So I think the tie between these 3 right here.
Let the child decide.
Yeah, that's right. Avery? Contestant number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which one would you like to take home tonight? 2!
Lines. Avery, don't run so fast.
Slow down, she's old.
Wow.
Older.
I'm gonna let you go. So this is a game for Doug, Michelle, and Jimmy. So we're all gonna say hi to those 3. We're gonna go ahead and say goodbye to those 3. Goodbye. Awesome. Cool. So the way that this game is going to work, I'm actually going to have you go to the back and try to make ones from them. So I want you to focus on the ones in front of you. So the way that this game works is we're going to need some bits of information from you guys. So I want to remind you, they're needing to write all of these down. So wait for them to repeat it to you, they'll start writing it, and then they'll say they're ready for the next one. So what we need from you guys, for like less than 10 words, some movie quotes. So I don't need like the full speech from Pulp Fiction, but maybe something like "I'll be back" or something like that.
Suck it, Trebek.
Suck it, Trebek.
Let off some steam, Bennett.
Let off some steam, man. It's quiet. Too quiet.
And again, they are writing them down, but just make sure you got it. We're going to get them up. So go ahead and yell it back at Guillermo too, so don't worry about that.
Ooh, I'm not a regular mom, I'm a cool mom.
Nice.
I'm not a regular mom.
How about it? Oh yeah, you should do that.
Mr. Falcon. It's gotta be Mr. Falcon after that. That's the TV edit version. So
Stay
absurd.
classy, San Francisco. Spelled it.
Guys.
You know what?
Too little.
Not you. So I know Guillermo's part of the breakfast in the back if you just want to keep yelling. Okay. Fight against here.
All right, it's cold outside. Here's our view.
You're gonna hammer somebody.
60% of the time they say
Wait for it.
And I heard someone else get
Play it again, Sam.
We're just grabbing them at random now, Tracy. I don't think you're gonna be able to keep up actually getting people in. Let's grab one or two more, then we'll move on to something new here.
where are you from, Brian?
How you doing back there, Guillermo?
Got one more.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, that's a great one.
We'll grab those from you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we got enough movie quotes up here. So why don't we go ahead now and we'll move on to song lyrics. Again, I want to remind you, this is comedy for everyone. So again, less than about 7 words. So
One more time.
No, we're not.
What is love?
We have to have a meeting. Oh, yeah.
So, song
I really love that
lyrics.
rock and roll.
I got you, man.
Was that last one?
She does.
Let it all
Shake it off?
Other
song lyrics?
And I appreciate you singing, at least put them in the right order. If you think I'm sexy, and you think I'm sexy, you think I'm sexy.
Song lyric.
These boots are made for walking.
Keep her on pressure. Don't still come over the song.
I got you, babe.
You said Brooklyn? No sleep till Brooklyn.
All right, so let's go ahead then. We'll grab the very last song lyrics for 2. And then let's think about things you've heard today. So again, something that you heard today. Actually, what do we do this way? Give me something that you want on a candy heart. So something that you want on a little chocolate. Make sure that folks can hear it.
I stole this from the gingerbread.
I want both.
Candy hearts or something.
Candy hearts? Anything on a candy heart?
I got one. Friend zone.
I don't know what that means.
I got one. Friend zone.
Alright, we don't need too many more.
Just friend zone? So, anything else? What the guys?
Alright, that sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead and get it over.
He doesn't care anymore. I do so.
All right, so we're going to go ahead now and get those folks back in. So on the count of 3, Say, come back, guys. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. Now, come back, guys.
Whoa.
So with that being said, so you guys are paying attention. The way that this game works is basically they're going to act out a scene. At random moments in the scene, they are going to pull one of the pieces of paper that have your quotes and things on them. They are not going to look at it before they pull it, and once they pull it, they'll read it out loud, and then they'll have to have it make sense in the scene. We're going to do so with that being said, give us a location that you would go to for vacation.
Atlanta.
I'll go with Florida as the first one I heard, because I wouldn't go to KFC on vacation. No, that's why. So let's go ahead then and say that the scene is in Florida.
With the Florida Lovebirds, can you take your order?
I'd like a 6-piece of nuggets. I'm assuming this is the KFC in Florida.
Yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir, it is. And I will have that up for you. It's 6-piece nuggets. And ma'am, I just want to let you know we got a special tonight. Do you feel lucky, punk? It's a super spicy hot sauce.
See, we don't have that stuff in Nebraska.
We don't, no.
We live on the edge down here in Florida.
Wow.
You know, my favorite in Nebraska is typically, I would like to have seen Montana. But my wife wanted to go to Florida instead.
Florida's been our dream for years.
What's wrong with Florida?
Nothing's wrong with Florida, because I suggested we come here.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He wanted to go to some old Montana.
I know, he wanted to go for so long, but I just said, Jerry, we cannot go to Montana. Are you looking at dry paint?
Yeah, I'd say they just painted this KFC. It looks good.
We did just paint it.
Yeah.
But you guys love
He
it.
doesn't believe that. That's why he's always looking at walls.
And he says confusing things.
He sure does.
I do. You know, last week I happened to say, I can't quit you.
Well, that's sweet. Ain't that sweet?
I said that to my uncle.
Yes, he's got an unhealthy relationship with him, but we're working on it. The therapist gave us some great advice, you know.
What'd your therapist say to
They
you?
told us, if you want a body and you think it's sex,
So I made out with him.
Y'all might need a new therapist. That's weird.
Kind of what I said after we left.
Aren't therapists all supposed to take an oath where they swear to yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon?
That's not what he said when I left. It was something else. It was yippee-ki-yay something else.
Well, the point is he's a doctor.
That's true. That's true. And they all have that Hippocratic oath that says, hit me, baby, one more time.
always want money for business.
Well, I did. I smacked him on the butt and said, right here, Doc.
I gotta tell you, y'all are just an adorable, perfect couple together. I mean, my heart swells to see you down here on vacation together and just about back. Oh, hold on, sir. He's not yours.
I'm hers. She's mine, but we're willing to try.
We came down for adventure.
You know what our marriage vows said? I said to her, you gotta have faith.
Darn right.
You gotta have faith, the faith, the faith.
And I told him on the wedding night, when we were just going through and reminiscing about the beautiful day, hit me, baby, one more time.
Each other. That is sweet.
We do those things a lot, but you know what else I said to her on our honeymoon?
Let me guess. Did you say, don't mess with the hair? I know that's important.
He's possessive.
I think I said lay off some steam, Bennett. But I'm not really positive. I was kind of incoherent at the time.
Yeah, we were drinking a lot of champagne, and I know that next morning I woke up and I looked into Jerry's eyes and
That's
I
me,
said,
I'm Jerry.
Hakuna Matata.
Actually, MC that. We were running low on time, so I apologize. We didn't get to get to all of them. But let's go ahead and move on to our
Final game of the evening. We are going to play a game called 185. So everybody come on back up. This is a bar game, which is wonderful because we're in a bar. Basically what happens is you're going to give us the punchline. We're going to set up the joke with 185 blanks. And we'll say the bar, 185 blanks walk into the bar. The bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve blanks. And then we'll give you the punchline. So hopefully it'll make sense. And as Eric always says, set your bar low.
and we will trip over it.
We'll leave you laughing, or we'll leave you thinking about it, going, I didn't get that joke. So you'll find out. Give us an animal to walk in the bar.
Chicken.
Chicken. 185 chickens walk into the bar.
185 chickens walk into the bar and walk up to the bartender, and the bartender goes, "Oh, that's why."
185 baby chickens walk to the bar. Bartender says, pull it.
185 chickens walk into the bar. The bartender says, what sounds good? The chicken says, I just don't know what to peck out.
185 chickens walk into the bar, and the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve chickens. And they say, that's okay, we're just looking for something cheap.
185 chickens walk into a bar. Bartender asks, what do you have? And they ask, you pour me some hen, hissy.
185 chickens walk into a bar, and the bartender says, can I get you one of our tap beers? And the chickens say, yeah, I'll have a Shiner.
185 chickens walking into the bar, all on one tab, and at the end of the night, they were drinking the most amount you could possibly think of. And then finally, the chicken that's going to walk up is that's going to pay for the whole night. Walks up to the bartender and says, how much is it? And the bartender goes, well, it's $3,475. And the chicken goes, no, that's not a poultry amount.
185 chickens walk into a magic bar, and the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve 185 chickens here in the magic bar. And they're, oh, come on, we just want to eat.
185 chickens walk into a bar and they're like, oh my god, it's so roomy in here. It must be cage-free, huh?
185 chickens walk into the bar. The bartender says, we don't serve chickens here. And the chickens say, we're great. We're not scared of you.
185 chickens walk into the bar, and the bartender says, why do you chickens keep coming in here? And the chickens go, hey, stop grilling me.
Go chicken, yeah.
185 chickens walk into a bar, and they say, do you have any drink specials? And the bar says, yeah, we have a free beer night. We've got free Ranger IPA.
All right, give us something else to walk in the bar, anything.
Vampires.
What?
Penguins.
Penguins.
Penguins?
Penguins. 185 penguins.
The Arctic.
185 penguins walk into an Irish bar and order a black and tan.
185 penguins walk into a bar. Bartender asks, what will you have?
185 penguins walk into the bar and the bartender says, what sounds good? And the penguins say, we just need lots of stuff on the rocks.
All right, give us something else. Lawyers. Lawyers? Lawyers. 185 lawyers.
185 lawyers walk into the bar. 185 lawyers walk into the bar. One bartender walks, one lawyer walks up to the bartender and says, I'll have a scotch. And the bartender says, great, that'll be $5. And the lawyer goes, great, that'll be $3,500 for this consulting.
185 students walk into the Nebraska State Bar and come out as lawyers.
185 lawyers walk into a bar. The bartender says, "What will you be having?" The lawyers say, "We need a moment." Bartender comes back. "What's the verdict?"
185 lawyers walk into a bar and say, it has got to be a health code violation to have all these chickens and penguins run around.
185 lawyers walk into a bar and sue for punitive damages.
Give us something else.
Astrophysicist idiots.
Avengers. 185 Avengers.
185 Avengers walk into a bar and I can name all of them.
I can also name all of the bars.
185 Avengers walk up to the bar and the bartender says, "All right, who's going to pay for all these drinks?" And Hawkeye says, "Well, I'll do it. I don't get to do much else."
Take that,
All right, give us something else.
Astrophysicist.
What?
Astrophysicist.
Senators, legislators, congressmen, politicians in general.
Yeah.
All right, 185 senators walk into a bar, and it's an unusual name.
185 senators walk into a bar because of course they did. They're not doing anything for me.
185 politicians walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "Why do you guys walk into this?" And they go, "It's because we can't pass anything."
185 politicians walk into the bar and they pull out a big bag of all our tax dollars and spend every minute of it.
We don't have faith in our government.
185 Democratic senators walk into a bar and the Republican bartender refuses to acknowledge any of their drink orders.
185 senators walk into the bar, and Emperor Palpatine kills them all.
185 Washington senators walk into a bar and the bartender goes, "Hey, I thought you guys were called the Nationals now." Baseball joke.
185 senators walk into a bar, and the bartender goes, "Why do you guys keep ordering just glasses and no bottles?" And they're like, "Well, it's easy. We're taking a straw poll." I get one pun a night. That was it.
All right, give us something else.
Comedians.
Teenagers, hold that one. Teenagers.
185 teenagers walk into a bar, and the bar is shut down!
185 teenagers walk into a bar, quickly followed by 185 senators.
185 teenagers walk into the bar, and the bartender says, you look a little young," and everybody pulls out a fake ID that says McLovin.
185 teenagers walk into a bar and the bartender does not know what to do with them because they are also mutants, ninjas, and turtles.
Give us something else.
Comedians.
I heard comedians earlier, so comedians? 185 comedians walk into a bar.
185 comedians walk into a bar, and 185 comedians outside the bar said, "I did that before." Or I can do it better. One of the two.
185 comedians never left the bar.
185 comedians walk into a bar, order a drink, bartender gives them the bill, and the comedian goes, "Hey, no."
At 2:15, a bartender goes, "You guys are way over your time."
185 comedians walk into the bar, and the bartender says, "I'm sorry, we can't serve you because you still haven't paid your tab from last week." Hands over the tab, and they say, is this some kind of joke?"
185 comedians walk into a bar and they say, all right, this is a game called 185. I need a subject.
All right, one more thing. Give us one more.
Astrophysicist. You've been a real uplifting guy.
Astrophysicist.
Dark teenager. Paraplegics.
Yet we all have jokes.
Yes, we all have
185 paraplegics walk into a bar and just have drinks because they're regular people like you and me.
185 paraplegics do not walk into the bar.
Touché.
185 paraplegics walk into the bar and they say, this is a meeting for our Christopher Reeve fan club.
I can't let that in the show. No, this one's not going to be better. I never realized that. 185 paraplegics walk into a bar, order a drink, bartender goes, it'll be $5. And they'll go, $5? That's going to cost me an arm and a leg.
I'm going to try this one. This one may not be much better. 185 paraplegics walk into the bar, followed by their attorneys, and they went, oh, you said paraplegics, not paralegals. Sorry.
185 paraplegics walk into a bar, and they are very angry at the bartender, and the bartender goes, why? And they go, the jukebox. The bartender goes, why? It's because the only song on it is If You're Happy and You Know It. And the Hokey Pokey.
We can't end on paraplegics. Give us something else, please.
Corpses.
What?
Roger, corpses.
Corpses.
Insert paraplegic jokes.
Corpses.
You're really going to go
Okay. They gave us.
185 corpses walk into the bar and there's a director there who says, all right, thanks for coming to the Walking Dead auditions today. Appreciate it.
185 corpses walk into the bar, and the bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve corpses. And they say, that's okay, it's kind of dead in here anyway.
185 corpses walk into the bar, walk up to the bartender, and the bartender says, we don't serve corpses here. And the corpses go, why? And the bartender goes, because every time I give you a drink, you try to stiff me.
Eric's ashamed of himself to be in there with a stiff one. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you all for coming out. In case you haven't heard, the Pizza Shop has been sold, and tonight is our last performance here as what is known as the Pizza Shop. March 11th is their last day as the Pizza Shop. Amy, who runs the Pizza Shop, will be moving over to be the executive director of the big Benson Theater, so help her out.
The Pizza Shop does have a great place in our heart. This is actually where we performed our first show as Big Canvas. They've been nothing but helpful, so please patronize them as much as you can up until these final days.
And there is evidently a new group that is going to be buying and starting the place. Evidently it's on that card right there. The Benson Theater. You can go there to the Benson Theater. We don't know the information yet on the new owners. We didn't get that information, but be looking for it. Come try them out. Hopefully they'll leave this place open so we can do some more shows.
And if anyone who didn't get a Valentine tonight would like to come up here and get one.
They're signed by the cast.
Signed by us.
That is it. Another big round of applause. I